What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Miss Azriel's Gaming. So today we're going to jump back into Valhalla, and now it's been a really long time since I've played this game, but, I've really enjoyed it, and I wanted to jump back into it. So let's go ahead and see. We have some new stuff from the Augmented Eye. We have Biker Gang Arrested After Vandalism. Okay, Biker Gang Arrested After Vandalism During Protests by Lana Smith. The members of one of the largest biker gangs in the Motor City sector were arrested after the group's leader and her entourage were found at the site of a protest last Friday. Their leader, commonly known in the streets as Christine Love, declared to the press that they were unjustly arrested and that her gang was only there to defend protesters from the White Knights. They're afraid of us. They know they can't take us down the streets, so they used protesters as a shield, and we had no option but to surrender. Love told AE during a phone conversation. They're currently detained and waiting for the trial. The former charges are unknown so far. Okay, we have Parliament discusses anime influence by Lana Smith. During an unusual meeting held at Parliament today, delegates discussed the effects of anime on the population. It's nothing but filth trash, a representative from the Workers' Party yelled during the meeting. If I could choke every single writer and animator out there, I'd do it. I'd choke them with my own enhanced hands. Several anime studio heads have responded to the news. I think they would ban it if it wasn't bringing so much money into the local market. Yamake, a producer, told the Augmented Eye during a phone interview, "I do agree that anime is trash, but I'll save the genre. You can trust me." And then Taylor the Brain, tired of name change requests, Lana Smith. A couple weeks ago, we wrote about Taylor, one of the brains from the Sola Anima project. One of the highlights from the interview that was unfortunately stripped from the finished version was a stray comment about how many people asked Taylor to change their name to Brian on a regular basis. "I know people try to be funny, but I won't change my name for a punchline," Taylor told the AE team. "I like the name Taylor, and there's nothing wrong with Brian. I just won't be part of the joke. My life is worth more than that." Taylor is looking at their chances at becoming a senator in the upcoming election. It's funny. Okay, so now if I remember from the last episode where we played, they had just celebrated, it's called Mega Christmas, which they changed the name from Christmas to Mega Christmas because people were, selling a lot, and, it was big consumerism, so it all got changed. So let's go ahead and head to work. Okay, so we're at December 27th. Good evening, Jill. Hey, Jill, let's have a New Year's party this Saturday. Isn't that a bit soon? Why? Did someone famous get killed at a New Year's party? No, never mind. Sure, I'm in for it. Great. And Gil? He's coming too. It's not like he has anything else to do. Hey. No, where is he? He was escorting a client of his to the station. He'll be back any second now. Back? See? So, you coming to the New Year's party too, Gil? It's not like I have anything else to do, so... I told you. We're depressing people. Oh yeah? The kid from the other day, Gabby, I think you called her, asked me to give you this. I believe it's a note. A note? Gabby? Let's see. First of all, I want to apologize for my behavior before. I was still hurt by my sister's death, and it wasn't fair to take all of the stress on you, let alone put the blame on you. And so, it feels weird to ask this of you after how I treated you, but I really want to talk to you. I want to catch up, to chat for a while, to do what you were doing with me before I lashed out. I want to understand this freedom you talk about, the fear that drove you to fight with my sister. I'll go back to the bar on the 31st. I won't take much of your time. If you don't want to see me after all that, I'll understand. But please, I really want to talk to you, Gabby. Wow, that girl has a big vocabulary. She was always a smart one. 31st is written in different handwriting. Oh yeah, she asked me when you would be here and relatively free, so I told her about the party. I also assumed you'd say yes to the party, which might not have been the best idea, now that I think about it. But, boss, I'm having second thoughts about coming to the party. What? Why? Because I really don't want to face Gabby again. Now it's coming back to me. What drove me to never go back and apologize after all these years. Fear and shame. Shame because I know I made a hideous, stupid mistake, and it's painful to face your mistakes. And fear of what they might say. With Lenore, we never broke up formally, so I was always afraid that if we were to meet again, she'd break up with me. and I don't want Gabby to tell me that she hates me to my face. Lenore was in the right to break up with me, and Gabby is right to hate me. But I don't want her to. Maybe if I never see her again, she'll never tell me that, and... Jill, you idiot! Eh? You're thinking backwards. Didn't the letter say she wanted to understand you? If you bail out on this, she will hate you. Not only that, but you're getting a new chance here. Do you want to live the rest of your life running from another memory? Didn't you just say to Armitage that you hated feeling like that? Armitage? A titty hacker. Alma, right. I don't know what happened when you fought with that girl's sister, but now you have a chance to make amends. And not only that, you have us watching your back. So I want you to think about this. One day of fear or a lifetime filled with regret. Which one do you pick? Yeah, you're right. I hated feeling like that. I won't run away this time. Good, because I would have gone to your apartment and dragged you out of there if need be. Hey, boss. Thanks. That's what friends are for. Yeah. Anyways, let's start the day. Okay. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Seriously, though, it's the second note that has stirred such feelings in me. Second one? 2 weeks ago, I got another note in the mail. This one was from Lenore. Was that the envelope you took away from me in a panic? Yep. You haven't opened it? Why not open it with Gabby? You're facing one fear, might as well face the other. Maybe. Don't push her, Chief. I'm not. I just know she's capable of doing all that. I'll go secure stuff for the party. Call me if you need anything. Keep it up, Jill. Thanks. Happy holidays. Someone's happy. We held a party for the staff and their children. You should have seen the faces of those kids receiving gifts. Nabbing that Santa suit at the last minute the other day was totally worth it. Santa dresses seem to have been popular this year. I heard they were sold out in most places. There was this weird shortage of Santa suits, but luck was on my side this year. Sorry for that outburst. Why? You look so happy. I felt happy too. You shouldn't hide your happiness. Anyway, can you give me a cobalt velvet, please? Sure. Okay, so cobalt velvet for Stella. So we'll do it by name. All right, so we need 2 of these, 3 of these, and 5 of these. Okay, all on the rocks and mixed. It's been a while since I've done these drinks. Hopefully I can remember how to do them. Here. Thanks. Are you meeting with Sai today? She should be here in a bit. She told me she wanted a drink here, and since I was coming here too. Sadly, I can't stay for long. I have some errands to run. How's she been lately? She's better. Her wounds have been healing really nicely. If only she'd stop scratching at her bandages so often. What about her eye? Eye? Oh, hers. Sorry. It'll take longer to heal, but as long as it's kept clean, there should be no problem. But to be honest, I'm more worried about her emotional wounds. She doesn't show it, but she's had depressive bouts from time to time. And who can blame her? Her life changed completely. The job she loved no longer exists. She was used as a disposable pawn in the whole bank affair. I'm afraid it'll make all her... I'm afraid it will all make her go back to her old ways. Old ways? There was a rough spot when Sai was a teen. Her mom's clinic was about to close. Then her biological father, who was an asshole, showed up. And the teachers at her school didn't help. Sai's not a slow learner by any means, but her way of learning stuff is different. She needs equivalences to things she knows. You need to get a bit in her mindset. Once you get this, she's a fast learner, but schools don't have that kind of patience. They basically branded her a failure. She even dropped out. I would have suggested a special course somewhere else, but that would have offended her. She's always been against being labeled as special or different. Anyway, Sai was totally different during that period. Foul-mouthed, short-fused, always frowning, the total opposite of how she is nowadays. From time to time, I see that old look cross her face. I cannot read today. That old look cross her face, and it scares me. You're comparing her to her teen self, though. People mature. Maybe she'll show signs from time to time, but I bet Sai knows better than to go back to that. I hope so. Give me something cold and sweet, will you? Sure. Okay, cold and sweet. I think I've heard that one before. Oh my goodness, because it's been so long since I played this. Let's see if I can remember what I needed. Okay, so... let's see. That's usually a sugar rush or a moon blast. So let's go with, let's try the moon blast. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One of these, 2 of these, all on the rocks and blended, which we have to leave going a little bit longer compared to mix. There we go, we got the moon blast. Here, thanks. This is the kind of stuff Sai asked for, you know. Now that you mention it. You know, back when Sai reappeared, it seems that she came here first. Oh yeah, she told me that. Glad she found a familiar face after all that chaos. Did she tell you we had a talk at the back of the bar? You did? Well, it's nothing that important, but she was devastated, you know? She was afraid, tired. It hit me quite hard, not only after seeing her covered in bandages, but also after seeing her so cheerful before. I guess I should be thanking you then. You what? When I met with her, she told me you calmed her down quite a bit. I did? I'm guessing with all that was going on, the desire to not worry me weighed on her. It has happened before. So it's good there was someone else for her to share her stress with. Thanks. Sure. I don't think I did anything noteworthy, but sure. I've been wondering, can you really be so calm in the lower parts of the city? I mean, the streets are not exactly safe, and a cat boomer is sure to become a target. Well, I have my security staff with me at all times, so there's no problem. Besides, this part of the city is comfier. Come again? Sure, uptown is cleaner and maybe more secure, but it's also too sterile. Around here, you can actually feel the warmth of the people. You feel there are people living. I especially like going to a busy food stand. I feel a warmth there that uptown doesn't have. It's also easier to talk to people. You finally came. Welcome. If you try to talk to someone in the upper part of the city, they either shrug you off or flat out ignore you. People around here are a bit wary, but they're also more likely to talk to you. Not that things aren't nice there, though. Can I get you something? I feel like having a beer. Make that 2. But I just want one. I'm asking for me for one. I'm asking for one for me, adding one to your order. Oh, that, right. Okay, 2 beers for the girls. So that, is that a specific one? Okay, I was thinking it might have been one of the bottled ones, but we actually make this one. So, need one of those, 2 of these, 1 of these, 2 of these, and 1, 2, 3, 4, all mixed. Okay, there's 1. So now we gotta do another one. So we put this in here, copy the exact same one we just did. 1, 2, 3, 4, and mix it, and serve. Here. Thank you. Thanks. Sai, you should have seen the kids after you left. They were all playing with the toys you picked. You nailed it again this year. They were all asking, where's Sai? Where's Sai? Why do they call you just Sai when they call me Auntie Stella? I don't look that old. Don't worry, they still like you. Sorry, I had to leave, but Mom worked overtime that night, and I couldn't leave her alone. What happened? Well, there were fireworks, and some dog thought it'd be safe to hide in a jar. The little guy managed to get his head and paw inside before getting stuck. And it was plastic, so they couldn't just try to break it. That's messy. She needed someone to hold the dog while she worked. Poor fellow was scared. Well, I'm out. Oh, yeah. We'll have a New Year's party this Saturday if you want to come. Sure, it's better than depressing myself and my dad's woes about the next fiscal year. I'll be here. Bye, Jill. Bye, Sai. Careful. Please come again. You want to come too? I'd love to. I'll also make up for not coming last time. How was the party? Pretty nice. We played Truth or Dare. Had some fun, broke some glasses. Ate lots and lots of food. Seriously, looking back, the amount of food was ridiculous compared to the number of people who were there. Better leftovers than left hanging, don't you think? Yeah. Can I get you something? Let's try something classy. Okay. So, something classy for Psy. Okay, so we have classy drinks. Let's see. Doesn't she usually order the Cobalt Velvet? So we'll go with this one. I think she usually orders this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, all on the rocks and mixed. Okay, so we'll serve that one. Something classy. Yep, this is the thing. Stella came in quite cheery about Sunday. This Sunday? Oh, yeah. Well, you know, her birthday is actually the 25th. Really? There's a weird story from when she was a kid. She heard Mega Santa's story, and somehow she got it into her head that being born on the 25th, she was a spiritual reincarnation of the original Santa. That made her start giving out gifts like crazy. She got over it, but the gifting stuck to her. Spiritual reincarnation? Well, the story says the Redmond family destroyed Santa's spirit, and that Mega Santa was reborn as a manifestation of the Christmas spirit. She thought she was the old Santa spirit in a new body. That girl was delusional as a kid. Yeah, huh. Speaking of things, speaking of things you did when you were young, Stella mentioned she's worried about you going back to your old ways. Something about a rough period where you were angry or something? Oh, that. It's sweet that she's worried, but I won't go back to those days just like that, though. Even if I face the same situation, I'm more mature, you know? I'm not a teen anymore. Expected as much. Told her as much. Hey, can you give me something bubbly? Sure. Okay, so we need something bubbly for a bubbly girl. Bubbly. There we go. Let's go with the... We just gave her a Cobalt Velvet. Do I want to give her something with that much alcohol? Bubbly, classic, bland. We'll do this one. We'll see if she likes this one. Because I don't think it matters. As long as I just mention that, it doesn't have to be something specific. Here. Bubbly, bubbly. Hey, Jill. Want to know how Stella got her eye? Huh? I feel you shouldn't tell me that. If she told you my story, it means she likes you enough. It's fine. You remember when I told you one white knight saved me from another? Well, it's about the other one. Apparently he was running away after doing something. Don't know. We were at the park and he held us hostage. At one point they tried to approach and he gouged Stella's eye out. I tried to stop him, but he just went and kicked me. I still remember that kick. I could feel my ribs breaking. There was pain in places I didn't know could feel pain. From time to time, I still relive that day. The kick in my torso, Stella's screams, it's chilling. I briefly regained consciousness after the kick when I felt like I was being lifted. The white knight that attacked us was on the floor, not moving. I was on another white knight's shoulders. He took his helmet off and put it on an anguished Stella. I passed out, and when I came to, I was in a hospital. Apparently, the kick ruptured a couple of organs, and I was put on emergency care. I woke up because Stella was punching my leg, telling me to wake up. Damn. Just, damn. What made you bring this up? I bring this up because that guy that was here last time I came, I think he's the one that saved us. No fucking way. Virgilio? Really? What made you think that? Sure, more pounds and years, but I'm pretty sure it's him. There's something about his face I just can't dismiss. I'd like to see him again. Do you know how? Do you know the Steampunk Museum? Ask for Virgilio there. Gotcha. Well, I'm done for the day. Thanks, Jill. Please come again. I'll go take my break, Gil. Sure. Okay, so we'll go ahead and save that. I wonder if I left food for 4. Okay, I'm here. Dorothy? You won't get through the bar anytime soon. You can stop walking. Honey? You want something? The usual, I guess. The usual. I wonder what's wrong with her, though. Oh, I hope she's not malfunctioning, because that would be bad. I believe her usual was the piano woman. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 of these. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All aged and mixed. Here. This is nice. 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 Okay, you're freaking me out. What's up with you? Hey, honey. How do you know it's real? How so? I mean, how do you know if what you see is an actual thing? How can you tell if what you see around you is actually happening? What tells you everything is not actually a fabrication? What tells me I'm not just a simulation in a computer? And those ponderings brought you to the bar? What? Oh, I'm in the bar? Am I? Dorothy. So you're having a solipsis crisis of sorts. Solap what? Solipsism, the theory that the self is the only thing that can be known to existence. See, that's another thing right there, that word. Solipsism. What does it even mean? Where the hell did it come from? Well, solus means alone and ipsis means self. Yes, but how did it come to be? Do you expect me to believe that a lot of people just randomly decided to make noises? And decide, hey, let's make this noise mean this. It doesn't make sense. Words don't make sense. I've been repeating words for a long time, and they've stopped making sense. Why? Calm down. That's just somatic... good lord. Why was with these words? Somatic citation? Stop making up words, honey. And then there's this counter. How can I be sure the counter is really here? It is. Please stop tapping it. Hold on. Just making sure. I should make her a drink. At the very least, I'll have something to throw at her. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we can, I believe we can make anything. Let's do this one. We'll just do this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One of these, and all blended. Okay, Grizzly Temple. Stop tapping the counter so much. I'm this close to throwing this at your face. Sorry. So let's start from the beginning. Since when did you have this existential crisis? Since earlier today, I think. I was remembering the good times I had with my guardian. But I don't know. It was all too sudden. I was thinking about everything that happened from a week ago until now. How much fun I was having. How much I loved everyone around me. And out of nowhere, the thoughts started piling up in my mind. What is love? What is fun? Are those feelings real? Is all of that real? Am I real? What tells me I'm actually in a body? What if I'm just some computer somewhere thinking it has a body? What if I'm just a human girl in a comatose dream? What tells me that you're real? Eh? For all I know, I might just be a figment of someone's imagination. Or even just an AI simulation in some computer that thinks it's a human. I've been there, Dorothy. That existential doubt and crisis, that uncertainty about whether or not things are real, it was a couple of months only, but I remember having panic attacks and scratching my arm to feel something. But the panic attack gave me a rush of adrenaline, so I couldn't feel the scratch and the fear got worse. What did you do to get over it? Oddly enough, I read a book. The Last Reign in the World, one of my favorites. At one point, I cried with the book, and I realized I was crying over fake things, a story and its characters. I didn't care less for them because they were fake. Why not think of reality like that too? Even if I'm a figment of someone's imagination, I'd still care about you. That's what I told myself, at least. It wasn't immediate, but that focus helped me. I like it. Hey, can I take this drink? I made it for you. Thanks. Okay then. She poured it on her head. Whew. Why did you throw it on your head? To feel something you made. And it burns and itches a bit. I'll get you a towel. Delivery for Danazar? Oh, I've been here before. Mr. Mario, welcome back. I have a delivery for Dana Zane. Who's that? She's my boss. I'll get it for her. Right. Sign here, please. It's a big package. I wonder what's inside. You should open it. If it's something perishable, maybe it'll need to be refrigerated. Let's see. It's a wiener. A really big wiener. Hey, honey. The big package had a big wiener inside. Oh my gosh. What will your boss do with such a thing? I don't know how she'll cook it. Perhaps she'll chop it up? Honey, it seems the wiener is too big to eat correctly. Stop! Maybe you could prepare some right now. What do you say, honey? Do you want some of your boss's wiener? I don't. Seriously, Jill. She's the one making the jokes. And you're the one trying not to laugh too hard at them. Anyway, we all know if we dare cook this without her permission, she'll hang us upside down. She'll hang me upside down. Hey, Jacket Boy, what's your name? I'm Mario. Come on, Mario, I'll buy you a drink. He might have another delivery, you know. This is the last one, actually. I'll accept your offer. I'll have a sunshine cloud. And you? I'm fine. Okay, so sunshine cloud for Mario. Okay, so 2 of these, 2 of these, and we'll throw in 2 of these because they're optional on the rocks, and we have to wait for it to be blended. Here. Thanks. Hey, call me Dorothy. You can also call me Darling for the right amount. Yeah, Dorothy. Why did you buy me a drink? Just to let you know I don't swing that way. What way, Lilum? I'm a man's man. I like men only, okay? Not that there's anything wrong with liking women, but... Oh, don't worry. I wasn't hitting on you. I was thanking you. Thanking me? Your package let me see Honey here laughing like an idiot. It's easier than you think. That made me happy, and I don't know. It fit with what she was telling me earlier. I'm more calm than when I entered. Glad to help, I guess? Well, duty calls. Bye, Mario. Bye, John. Bye, honey. Enjoy your big wiener. Out with you. She seems like a nice girl. I don't mean for it to sound like I get it. I get it. Don't worry. You like guys. It's clear. Speaking of, you like motorcycles, don't you? I do, yeah. Have you been to the motor district? I spend all my free time in the motor district, actually. Why? Is it true what they say about all the illegal races going on there? You're not a cop, are you? As far as I remember, no. Well, I mean, there are illegal races, but there's also a semi-legal league going on there. Semi-legal? The authorities acknowledge that there's races going on. They don't know what goes on in them, however. Modified engines, casualties, substance abuse. The illegal ones end up being safer than the end. Have you heard about a biker called Christine Love? Miss Love? Of course. Everyone knows who she is. What about her? Is her gang as dangerous as they say? I don't know. Nobody knows. Excuse me? They look intimidating enough, but truth is that nobody has faced them directly. Moreover, nobody wants to be the one that got beaten to a pulp if they turn out to be what they seem. So her gang is just there, menacingly doing their own thing, not bothering anyone. Oh. Do you want anything else? I'll have a piano man. Alright. A piano man for Mario. Okay, so we need 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. All on the rocks and mixed. That's a big drink. Here. Yeah, this is nice. This will sound weird, but do you believe in, replibots? Replibots? There's the belief that some Lilum are out there are designed to perfectly replicate a particular human. That someone or something replaces those humans with such Lilum. Thus, they call them replibots. You know a lot about this. I don't. It's just in most magazines nowadays. Well, it's the first time I've heard of it. What about it? On my way here, I almost ran over my neighbor. He just showed up in the middle of the street. And I say almost because he moved really quickly out of the way. Then I went to deliver a package, and somehow my neighbor was there, almost immediately after the whole thing. And he was there the whole time. Maybe it was someone that looked like him. He had the same looks, clothes, and mannerisms. Trust me, you know a perfect replica when you see the one. And you saw the kid Lilim here. They could easily pass off as humans. There are even Lilim idol singers nowadays whose voices can pass off as human. They could be passing off as humans under our very own noses, replacing us little by little. At this point in time, I really doubt it. Lilim behavior is a bit different. You can easily tell someone's a Lilim because they seem... How do I put this? They don't care about risk and danger as much as we do. They treat risk with a lot more leniency. Still, be careful. Keep an eye out for uncanny doppelgangers. I'm leaving. Thanks for everything. Please come again. What's your take on the Replibot thing? Do you believe in them? Do you? Not really, but I asked you first. When I was in high school, I had this irrational fear of aliens. I was paranoid that they would come. What would I do then? I remember I lost lots of sleep because of it. That doesn't answer my question. Let me finish. After many months of fear, I reached a conclusion that might as well apply here. It's useless to be afraid. I'm but a simple woman. I wouldn't be able to do shit against them. So I'd rather live without being afraid. Because the memories of not being afraid will be my only solace when the, what is that? Nivule crabs invade. When the Replibots come. Jill, are you still afraid of aliens? What part of it's useless to be afraid don't you catch? Right. Back, did anything happen? I discovered I have the sense of humor of an 8-year-old. Did anything new happen? Hey, they brought you a package. Ah, yes, my curated wiener. It's a gift from my folks. It was just delayed in customs, but here it is. You guys want some of it? Ah, that's a new one. Okay, so our total earnings are $37,040. Drinks total was $2,020. 0 mistakes, 30% commission. Today's payment is $606. Tips are $800. Flawless service bonus was $500. Have some pocket money. I'm out of excuses. $300. And today's total transfer was $2,206. Total funds is $6,972.50. Okay, so rent is due on the 30th. Please make sure your account has the necessary $10,000 or you'll be evicted. Joe wonders if Maneki Nikos actually bring luck. Buy one to prevent her from getting too distracted and have a nice day. So So we have to buy... They say these bring luck, but its paw's broken, so I wouldn't trust him. Yeah, so that's all. So we'll go ahead and buy that. Okay, Jill bought what she wanted, and she's pleased with herself. She was surely focused at work. All right, so let's see if there's any new... Yep. So the Augmented Eye... What is that? Yike? The final remaster leads the video game charts, Lana Smith. So the newest remaster of 2016's Yike, a post-modern RPG, opens the charts this week with 3.5 million copies shipped on its launch day. Other titles this week include new releases such as Hatsuno Miku Project Remastered and Sting's Face Remastered. Full charts including lifetime sales, Yike the Final Remaster, 3.5 million new, Hatsune Miku Project Remastered 1.5 mil new, Stingface Remastered 950k new, Water Pro Wrestling G 500k to 900k, Dang It Rune Paul 400k 1.2 million. Okay, woman marries anime pillow, nobody is actually surprised. I remember a time when wacky stuff like this made a lot of headlines, but even though I'm reporting on it, I can't help but think how mundane it's become. I mean, we live in a world where you can just plug into the internet and live there for as long as your wallet can afford related fees. Lots of people get married in these virtual spaces. Thanks to new technologies, the traditional views of human relationships have changed so much that someone marrying a literal object feels kind of tame now. If the pillow had some form of intelligence, it might be somewhat different, but it's just a plain, generic anime hug pillow. Get with the times, grandma. Okay, first space colony plans to develop its own army. Even though space was imagined as the promised land, a place where humanity would start over, it looks like we're about to repeat our mistakes from the past. The first space colony, Shin Outer Paradise, is currently in talks to develop its own privately owned army, following alleged threats from a notorious terrorist group. We're discussing it right now, but the law is most likely approved. We'll have an army and will defend our motherland from any terrorist threats. Alice Rabbit chimed in during a private stream. This terrorist group does not exist. Don't let the Outer Paradise government fool you. The only reason for this law is so they can have more control over the population. Okay, so, and the D exclamation. So the bar called Valhalla. Oh, interesting. Excuse me. Is it any good? I need a place to unwind after work. Okay, work. Normies are taking over, huh? Everyone is a neat, just like me. Anyway, place is cool, but the bartender can be a bit of a dick. How so? Never been there, so I wouldn't know. Is she cute? I can take it if she's cute. She's cute, but I think she's a bit full of herself. The guy seems a bit more of a bro. I see you already had a conversation with her. Did she reject your advances? Nah, I just heard from the distance. So is that a no? Kind of. I mean, if you're going there just to chat. I just want a place to chill for a bit and meet new people. Can I smoke there? Is there any bar from the BTC where you can smoke? Nope. Bummer. Well, I think I'm going next week then. Sounds good enough for me. This thread is closed. We have Yoru Yori new season. It's finally here. I can't believe I'm alive for this day. Thank you, based God. All boards report in. What other board, you idiot? Nice, more stupid Mobobs. YY gets new season, but the actual best YY is still up in the air. My internet service gets cut off tomorrow because I can't afford it anymore. Wake me up. Get a job, you stupid neat. Oh God, here we go. Prepare hot cocoa, sit in comfy couch, put on my favorite mega Christmas sweater, see snow falling outside, turn on the heater, get my blanket, watch Glorious YY, and fall asleep when it ends. I am the comfy. I wish I was as comfy. Have work tomorrow. Enjoy the Yorus for me. Danger. This thread is closed. And then we have Model Warrior returns to TV. Anyone watching it? I don't even have a TV. So useless. Julianne is old and busted. I heard you talking shit about my waifu like I wouldn't find out. Is it going to be censored? I don't think so. The show is rather tame as fuck. I'm going to marry Julianne. Oh man, I remember watching this show back when I was like 10. I think I discovered porn thanks to it. You will never discover Rule 34 for the first time again. Why keep trying? Never seen the show before. Is it any good or is it just a meme? It's a meme show. There's nothing outstanding. What about the sequels? Are those going to be rebroadcast as well? The sequels are shit. And this thread has ended. Okay, so we went ahead and bought what we needed. Let's go ahead and start our workday. So Wednesday, December 28th. Excuse me. Good evening, Jill. Jill, I'm out to get firecrackers. Firecrackers? It's New Year's, right? We need some. Wouldn't firecrackers scare off the dude? Yeah, good idea. Go ahead. I'll be back in a bit. Even for a cat lover, you sure get excited about firecrackers a whole lot more when dogs are involved. I know how hypocritical it sounds, and I don't care. Jamie's here. Greetings. Anyway, let's start. Time to mix drinks and change lives. The guy that wouldn't come back twice. Yeah, shut up. Oh, we haven't seen him in a while. By any chance, did something fly over here 2 weeks ago? On Friday? Yes. There were lots of weird explosion noises throughout the night. But as far as I understand, those were made by a flying drone or something like that. So it flew by here. I take it you know what made the noise? Let's just keep it at whatever drone story you heard. Right. The noise got annoying after a while, I must say. So it remained in the vicinity. I don't know what counts as in the vicinity, but yeah. Distance explosions all night. Interesting. So it didn't get far away. Now, give me a Mars Blast. Okay, a Mars Blast for the guy who wouldn't come back twice. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2. And then we need it all blended. Here you go. Well, you didn't mess up. Sorry if I may interject. You looking for a fight? Most certainly not. You really think you'd stand a chance? You're like half his size. I can fight dirty. He kills people for a living. I can fight dirty. Jill, please. You make me sound like a savage. It would be like me saying that you get people drunk for a living. It's not wrong, but there are better ways of saying stuff like that. You're right, sorry. And like I said, I'm not looking for a fight. I just noticed you seem to like strong drinks. What about it? Well, to be honest, it's a rare sight in this bar. I've even come to believe I'm the only one here who enjoys them, aside from the owner. May I suggest you try a suplex next time? It might be to your liking. Okay, let's try the suplex thing. Right. Let's give Ingram a suplex. Wow, that sounded weird. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All on the rocks and mixed. Here. Good stuff. Like a less burning, but punchier pile driver. Say, your face looks somehow familiar, mister. Call me Jamie. And you are? I'm Ingram. Anyway, I think I saw your face somewhere. Maybe when I needed to look for a specific file at... Did you perhaps go through a nanomachine expunge? I did, actually. Figured as much. Only a handful of people do that. And almost all of them are people with nanomachine rejections that feel oddly suicidal. So why go through the whole thing? Rejection? Need to hide something? The second one. It's easier to remain undetected when they have no means to track you or your activity. I see. How does the expunge work? You lie in a pressure chamber and they give you a special IV solution. It causes nanomachine rejection while giving you the antibodies needed to prevent them from getting back in. For 5 hours, you're trapped in a bed while horrible pressure builds up in your body and nanomachines are forced out. They're like little needles all over your body. You feel them in your eyes, in your gums, in your toes, everywhere. And after all that, they need to implant you with a mechanism that constantly releases the same antibodies. Ouch. What are you having, Jamie? This is a gut punch. Yeah, I should have figured. Hey, give me one of those. Sure. Let's give him a gut punch. Again, that didn't sound right. I mean, he asked for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. And we'll put a couple of those in. All aged and mixed. Here. Yeah, I love these. It looks different from yours, though. I had a couple of extras in his, actually. So where's the antibody unit that they stuck you with, Jamie? Inside, like all the other maintenance systems. It can be troublesome at times, but the perks of not having nanomachines in the body outweigh the cons. And the rest of the enhancements? Were you reconstructed or have you been adding them over time? Over time, either by getting a much-needed enhancement or through fixing injuries. I see. Well, it was a pleasure, Jamie, but I gotta leave. Nice meeting you, Ingram. Please come again. Don't count on it. You've said that twice. Shut up. Seemed like a nice guy. Right. I won't call him a bastard, but he's not the nicest in the bunch. Maybe you caught him on a bad day? Nah, I think you're just that good at bringing out the nicer side of people. Oddly enough, that guy tries the hell out of me. Someone's in a good mood. Give me a bad touch, will you? That way you'll be in a good mood, too. A bad touch for Alma. Excuse me. So 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. All on the rocks and mixed. Here. Jill, you have such a pretty, petty sense of humor. Guilty as charged. So what put you in a good mood? Oh yeah, that. Today my sister was supposed to be in court for all the custody proceedings. Of course, not only does she show up later than her husband and drunk at that, but also dressed like she got fucked in the back of a parking lot. And to top it off, she forgot to even bring her kids. Luckily, my parents brought them to the court. The judge assigned the kids to my parents for the time being. So she really messed it up, huh? When they came back to the house and Diana started throwing a temper tantrum, she said it was lucky her husband didn't get the kids because the angst would make her jump onto the highway. So Ava comes and says, then make sure it kills you because we aren't dealing with you as a cripple. I shouldn't reinforce that behavior, but I don't know. Maybe it was the timing, but I've been laughing for an hour now. You hold quite the animosity for Diana, don't you? She and I used to be the closest friends when I was 7 or 8. We played all the time. We even slept on the same bed for a while. Then she turned into a teen. We stopped playing. She had other things she wanted to do. I could forgive all that. I mean, the age difference and all. But there's something in particular I still can't forgive. It was a day she invited her friends to the house, and I went to ask her for something. As I was leaving, one of her friends asked if I was her sister. And she said she had no little sisters. Ouch. I think that was the moment that finally broke the pedestal I held her on. I admired her as much as I did as a kid could admire someone, you know? Little by little, that admiration wore off until we finally reached that breaking point. I felt betrayed. And you haven't been able to forgive her after 40 years? Hey, it's not that I still hold a grudge against her, but rather, Diana, who said all those things so many years ago, is the same Diana that I know today. How so? She hasn't matured one bit. She's still as selfish, childish, and immature as she was back then. When you see her, you don't see an adult, you see an overgrown, horny teen. So aside from destroying any admiration I held for her, she's made sure not to fix that impression. Huh. But enough about me. How are you? Everything's fine, aside from this note. A note? Remember how I told you I lashed out at my dead ex's sister? Yeah. I got this note from her. Let's see. Wow, she must really feel bad about the whole thing. As do I. So what's the problem then? The same fear that drove me away from her in the first place? Right. Give me a Brandtini, will you? There's a little story I want to tell you. Right. A Brandtini. All right. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. One of these. All aged and mixed. Excuse me. Here. This is the thing. Let's start. Boo. Oh, hell no. This is a story of a girl who grew disillusioned with one of her sisters. Soon it became animosity, and not long after that, she distanced herself completely from said sister. With time, the girl would become attached to her eldest sister, looking up to her achievements. All I can look at right now are those boobs. Not now. Said sister would even marry the girl's best friend not soon after. And after the girl went into college, said sister would quit her job. The sister was worried sick about leaving her baby kid alone, prompting her to quit her high-ranking job. What if I hire your high-ranking lips? Shut up. The girl, even as an adult, felt betrayed. Her role model sister went against everything she held in her high esteem for. She was no longer a child, and yet she felt like part of her had crumbled. Hey, Joe, I can lift her sweater. Do you want to see? I bet you want to see. All right, enough. Enough? Shit. Peace out. I know the girl is you, and the sister is your eldest sister. Please get to the point. Right. The point is, if you don't face her, she will be heavily disappointed. She's trying to make amends with you. That must take courage. Lots of it. Yeah, you're right. My mouth's dry. Can I get a beer? Right. Beer. Man. I am going crazy, aren't I? So one of these, 2 of those, 1 of these, 2 of these, and 4 of these. All mixed. Here. Thanks. So tell me, did you and this Gabby girl get along? Oh, yeah. I never had brothers and sisters, but once Lenore introduced me to her as her sister-in-law, she got so excited about having a new sister that she clung to me a lot. I helped her in her studies, read books with her, played with her a lot. She was pretty much my sister, too. I have to leave, but I'll tell you this. As both a big and little sister, if you don't grant that girl the chance of talking to you, I'll never forgive you. Yeah. Oh, there's a small New Year's Eve party this Saturday if you're interested. Oh, sure, I'll be there. Remember, I won't forgive you. Yeah. I'll go take my break. All right. You were here? You were quite absorbed in the conversation just now. Jamie even said goodbye to you. Didn't you hear? Anyways, call me if anything comes up. It's less chilly today. Jill, a kid's looking for you. Oh, shit. Hey. Ah, Norma. You're back. Oh, fuck you. You do know I'm not giving you any drinks, right? Crap, I said it out loud. Yeah, actually, I wanted to thank you. Whew. She thought it was for her. Thank me? Well, for starters, by not complying and giving me alcohol. Everything else would have fallen apart if I had some. Aw, so responsible, Joe. I kind of faced my mom and told her all about the pressure she was putting on me, and said I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do. And? Well, she didn't speak to me for 2 days. After that, she told me that it'd be a waste to spend money in a university just for me not to give it my all. So she told me to still go to the college courses, but that I was free to explore. Glad to hear that. And, well, I wanted to thank you for that. Me? If I had just rushed headfirst into my original plan, things would have gotten ugly. And you are right, I would be hurting her for the sake of hurting. So, thank you. Don't worry about it. I'll leave before it's too late outside. Be careful. Aw, so sweet. Shut up. Hey, Jill, mind helping me here? Sure. Make a bleeding Jane, please. On it. So a bleeding Jane for Jill, or for Gil. You just need 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, all blended. Thanks. Hey, Joe, do you hate me? Hate is a harsh word. It's not against you directly, but rather the fact that I can only see you. Like I told you, if they wanted, they could see me. And why can I? You're the main character. Don't know. What are you? A cute girl. Right. You okay, Jill? Making a lot of faces there. Yeah, just remembering stuff. Could you give me a hand here and serve a beer, please? Sure. A beer for Gil. Who the heck is he serving? Like, we don't have anybody, and he's getting all the customers. All mixed. Thanks. Would you lighten up if I showed you I can interact with the environment? Maybe it'll spook me, but let's try. There. Oh, she changed her screen. Can't see anything. You sure? Yep. Weird. Nobody expects the Dorothy Inquisition. Dorothy Inquisition. Dorothy Inquisition. Dorothy-ing. Ouch. It buzzed my tongue. Can't believe I'm using the spare tongue so early in the night. Honey. Oh, hey, Dorothy. I'm making a quick stop for a drink. Can I get a fluffy dream? Sure. A fluffy dream for Dorothy on the go. I don't know if I think it's been a while since I made one of these. Okay, there's 3 of those. We need 3 of these. And, yeah, we'll put 2 in there. All aged and mixed. Thanks. Oh, yeah, before you leave. What? Are you guys throwing a New Year's Eve party, too? Yep. Sure, I'll be there. I'll be here then. Well, I've got things to do, so... You do? Who does what? Sorry, I sneezed. Weird sneezes. Anyway, I'm out for now. Oh yeah, Joe? Take care of Becky, please. Man, she was in a rush. Okay, fuck that noise. Fireworks are sold out everywhere. I'll need to get them through more shady means. She's gonna buy them from the internet. She'll find them and put us all at high risk of burning. I'll make sure there's an extra extinguisher at hand. Please. Well, I guess that's it for today. You sure you're fine? I am, don't worry. Hey, Joe, mind if I ask a silly question? You see my clients, you can assume I don't mind silly questions. Silly answers can get on my nerves, though. Sorry. What did you want to ask? Do you know why they call them cat boomers? I mean, I guess their second set of ears look like a cat's, but the word boomer seems so out of place. Not so much when you consider it's not them, but their parents who called them such. Who were called such. Oh? Let's go back a bit first. You do know why cat boomers look like that, right? Because they went through some anti-nanomachine rejection treatment while they were still a fetus, right? It's called the Yamazaki Romanova treatment. Or was it the Romaniko Yamada treatment? Let's call it the catification procedure. It was not only the first successful genetic treatment of a fetus, but also the first way to fight nanomachine rejection. Moreover, that research had a bit of a rocky story. Funding got cut in the middle of it at a critical point that could make or break the whole thing. Not to mention Zabutsukor record of not addressing nanomachine rejection at all. The rest of the research was funded by Maki Stinjevich. Was it Stinjevich? Let's call him Stinjevich for now. He's a businessman whose unborn daughter got diagnosed with early nanomachine rejection. Istinovich funded the research, and in a desperate move, his wife offered herself and her daughter as test subjects. Of course, the experiment was a success. The girl, Sylvia Istinovich, didn't die. She became the living testament of a scientific breakthrough. But then, the story of how things played out for Sylvia got sensationalized in the media and created a weird fad. Parents made their unborn children go through the catification procedure even if they had no ailments at all. All because one particular girl whose life got saved through the treatment became a media darling for a bit. A whole generation of kids with those cat-like protrusions got born. And their parents got called cat boomers? A generation of parents obsessed with those cat-like features. The fad quickly passed, but the term remained in use. Eventually, cat boomer just started being used for people with the protrusions instead of their parents. You keep calling them protrusions. Why is that? Because that's what they are. Eh? You didn't think those things on their heads were ears, right? Sure, they can be moved because they're somehow connected to the facial and ear muscles. Thus, they can move like a cat's and react to their mood. But in the end, they're just appendages with no real function. Huh. It still surprises me a bit, though, that the biggest mutation they got after the treatment is just that. Those ears are a small miracle on their own. People have been born with no eyes for less intrusive procedures. You really thought they were functional ears, huh? Let's say I learned quite a bit today. Thank you. Don't worry. I feel like I should apologize for talking so much instead. And keep in mind, I'm fucking up the terms. I don't want you saying someone got protrusions because of a catification procedure. I'll keep it in mind. Wait. What? Yeah, the guy's name was Stingovich. Eh? I just remembered Sylvia Stingovich was around my age, and when I was a teen, there was some TV specials featuring her. And I just remembered that I had the biggest crush on her. Now that I think about it, that crush had me very confused back then. And did you need to shout just now? Sorry. In any case, I'm out for the day. Alright, careful out there. Okay, so total earnings, we have $39,420. Drinks total was $2,080. No mistakes. Commission 30%. Today's payment was $620. Tips are $300. Flawless service bonus $500. All booze and no firecrackers makes Dana a dull girl $300. And today's total transfer was $1,724. So our total funds are $8,146.50. Okay, so rent is due on the 30th. Please make sure your account has the necessary $1,000, $10,000, or you'll be evicted. Which we're almost to it. We've got 2 days to make that money. So Jill is thinking a lot about Kira Miki. Buying one of her posters will prevent her from getting too distracted. Have a nice day. Oh, we have to buy that poster, but our funds are, hopefully we'll get more. So I'm assuming we have to buy the, I'm assuming it's probably the banner. Or is the actual one listed as a poster? Oh, here we go. Kira Miki poster. I could tear one off of any wall in the vicinity, but hell knows what germs they have. So we bought that one. So yeah, Jill bought what she wanted, and she's pleased with herself. She will surely focus at work. Okay, so everyone, I'm going to go ahead and end it there. When we come back, we'll jump back into the game and, see what the New Year's Eve, because I'm assuming, because I do about 2 days per episode, so I'm assuming we'll hit the New Year's Eve episode on the next time I play this. I hope you're enjoying Valhalla. I certainly do. I love this game a lot, even if it is a bit of an older game. I very much enjoy it. And it's kind of funny how some of the stuff, because I think this game came out in 2016, and a lot of the stuff with like the nanotechnology is kind of like similar to AI, here in the real world. And that's why a lot of people have said this game has been really good, because it kind of coincides with, the present, what's going on now and stuff like that. So it's definitely, interesting to play this game and, make the drinks and learn stories and stuff about the characters and, all that. But please leave me a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time. Bye.